Hello, Proxy Table Gaming fans, spokes, frenemies. We are Lucky Sixes and Hyper G, are we not?
We certainly are. And
Yes.
yes.
And we're here once again for a Ninth Age Battle Report. Because we've just come off the team tournament that you went to and had
Yes,
lots
we
of fun
have.
with.
We're now a less serious. We had a gaming day a little while ago, and we got some cool
More
games in.
serious.
Well, arguably. But yeah,
Yeah.
so some cool games with Gobbo, aka Ryan from the Goblins Grosso, who came over
Mm.
for a weekend and shared some laughs and some rolls.
I like that. Yeah. Laughs and rolls, or rolls and laughs, whichever
Rolls and
way you want
laughs.
to put it, really.
Yeah, what
Yeah.
came first? The dice roll
Yeah.
or the laugh?
Mm. Usually it is the roll first, isn't it? You laugh about
Usually.
how bad or how
Yeah,
good it
yeah.
is. Yeah. Or cry.
Um,
Sometimes you just
but
cry.
yeah, no, very much so. And first up was myself with the
Mm.
Highborns taking on his beast hairs, which he's having a bit of success with actually down in the
Mm.
Grotto land stuff.
Yes. Yes, he is. Yeah,
So
he's got
it
a whole
was
load of players playing Night Phage and
yeah,
Mordheim and other things at the minute, hasn't he? So got a good crew. So yeah, he came up here to play against the real fellas.
yeah, the real boy.
Not no
Um,
no newbies anymore. No.
and like any serious challenge, I went without a BSB to try and
Oh, classic,
real mix
classic
it up.
Highborn
But
elves.
genuinely just wanted all the stuff. So essentially, it's two big dragons with a mini dragon. I've
Yeah,
got three lots of
yeah.
archers, which I haven't played and seen so many
You've
people
never
play
done
yet.
that.
So Reavers just around enough core. I couldn't decide whether to have Swordmasters or Knights of Rhymer, so I chose both at the
Both.
cost
Yeah.
of anything else.
Yeah.
so
This is probably one of your least refined lists you've ever
oh, it
played.
was just it was just stuff that I wanted to play, and
Yeah,
it
for
came
a
down
gaming
for the
weekend.
day for a
Exactly.
gaming weekend, and I was just like, you know what, this is all the cool stuff that I try and fit
Yeah.
in my list, and when you fit it
Mm.
in, oh yeah, you just can't have the other stuff. But that's fine.
Yeah.
We'll make it work, and it was good fun writing it. As the ancient dragon is cleansing light, so good against a lot of things with great weapon. Crown of the Wizard
Mm.
King, so I think that's cool. And Lucky Charm
I love having the crown. Yeah.
yeah.
So good.
My mage is actually my killy mage from old. He's my
Oh,
alchemy
okay.
hero's heart paired weapon, so he's got 3 attacks, strength 5, AP2. Uh,
Ty and Saphira.
yeah, most of the time he's reroll wounds as well, so that's pretty cool. And obviously the dragon is at 6, and
Mm.
because of ordering fiery heart, gets some extra attacks if he gets a
Yeah,
spell
that's
off.
really cool.
So,
Yeah.
so really cool. And then Swordmasters and Knights of Roma both with Flame and Standard because I've got alchemy, so it was pretty basic with that. Initiate's there for an extra dragon tick and a bit of extra magic tick. So
Yeah.
happy
Was
days.
it Mark who played with the Citizen Archer core Highborn elves?
Yes,
The
but he
team
played
tournament
2
against you?
blocks of
And he played two
30.
bigger blocks. Yeah.
Yeah, and a unit of 10. So yeah.
Yeah, I thought I'd seen it fairly recently.
Yeah, Ryan's list was Minotaur heavy. He's got a Minotaur warlord and chieftain with 2 units of Minotaurs. One actually has an additional ether icon, but that was 2 units of 3 raiding chariots, a razor tusk chariot, and then a soothsayer on a raiding chariot as well to round off the chariots. A ambushing unit of wild horn herds, 2 lots of gargoyles for chaff, and the big boy in there, Gortak, Mr. Gortak, to wreck some stuff.
It's a nice list. I mean, I
It
think
is.
Minotaurs would always be a favourite list amongst our community, won't it? I mean, it's
Yeah.
blooming good as well. So why wouldn't you take it?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. We play Counter Thrust and Capture the Flags,
Nice.
and
Nice.
this is some again with Ryan. Incredible models and a lot of the stuff. A lot of people will have seen this army before, but just for people that haven't, we try to get some close-ups because it is a gorgeous beast-head army.
Beautiful. It is.
And some fish terrain to go alongside it. So there you go.
Of course, yeah. That piece has served us well.
It has. It
Yeah,
really
no,
has.
Ryan's. I mean, the little leaves on there, they were all over your dining room
Yes,
floor by the
they
end of the
still
day,
are.
weren't they?
Yeah.
So yeah, I was going to say, yeah. So it's the little touches, very nice.
Yeah. So onto deployment, and from my point of view, I've got the 3 units of archers at the back, just really ready to sit there and pew pew. My Knights of Rhymer on the left, with my Ancient Dragon next to them. My Reavers, aligned Reavers, with Swordmasters behind, ready to march up on that side, and the Initiate on this side over here, away from his magic, and kind of free just to run down that flank and pew pew. Really, with his
Yeah, because I mean, I
his
suppose
magic.
really with that dragon, you're really looking to reduce his impact hits, because impact hits is the one thing, other than shooting, that there's no shooting against you, which is great for swordmasters. But impact hits is almost as bad, especially 3d6 worth.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, that
so
dragon really has a job to do, doesn't he?
Ancient Dragon is obviously the big base. The blue dragon is the alchemy guy, and the Order of the Fiery Heart is the red dragon, as you can see it.
Oh, that's only the red one. Oh, that's
Yes.
not quite as likely
just
to do the damage on those.
But still, they're both on that side, and he's got what's it, the pyro flow, so he can do it. He can do that.
Sure.
From his point of view, from right to left, he's got the raiding chariots, as we've said, the gargoyles behind the fish terrain, a unit of minotaurs with his BSB, I think. Arguably, his soothsayer raiding chariot. Oh no, actually, I think his soothsayer is behind the fish terrain as well, out of line of sight.
Okay.
Because that is a razor tusk chariot. Then he's got his raiding chariots and minotaurs behind them, some gargoyles behind the hill, and Gortak, importantly, behind the hill, so I cannot see him.
Yeah.
I get the first turn and move up super
Ryan,
aggressive.
You let him have first turn.
I know.
I mean, everyone knows. Everyone knows. Don't let him have first turn.
Absolutely. I just went super aggressive. Let's have a fight. Very, very ready to do
Swordmaster's even prepared to accept the impact hits, or at least
hope
this pyro flow goes off.
Yes, very much so. Yeah. And my Reavers do move up and through his forest and
of course,
take 2 wounds. So, but they importantly
just enough
don't
to
panic.
chuck 3 units though. Still,
it was still, which is great.
Okay, that's all. You
I do get Pyroflow and a Blaze off on this unit. You can do 2 wounds, I think. And the remaining archers pop a wound.
Nice.
And panic them. And they do indeed panic. But because we said at the start, because he hadn't moved, I said don't worry about it because it was such a silly thing.
Oh, what a hero you were.
They didn't panic, but we were like, oh god.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't too far away from his. I think he was like, I'm in an area about his general. I think his general's in this, as you can see now, on the right hand side, and it wasn't actually too far, but it was like, because of deployment, we were chatting and stuff. I was like, nah, don't worry about it. Mm-hmm. Although he did roll an 11, so arguably the BSB should have been on there. But anyway.
Yeah.
So he, in his turn, he clears out the Reavers with the Razor Chariot, I think, and takes his 2 chariots into my Swordmasters. Gets Clouded Eye Totem off on these guys, and Blackwing Totem off on these guys.
Mm-hmm.
Impact hits does a decent amount. I think kills 7 Swordmasters, but then I go and wipe the floor with them.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a third of the unit gone. Reavers die. Obvs. Then it's my turn. And I decide to charge both because it's a relatively easy charge for both, and because of maximising, my Knights of Rhymer actually end up on the very left-hand side if I get both in, which means I get a nice overrun into the Minotaurs if I get in, which is cool. Ancient Dragon decides just to see what the peasants can do first before he comes in.
Yeah.
And this is the remaining moves. You see the archers are just sitting there, just shooting. Don't worry, not worrying too much about anything. The dragon on the right hand side, because he moved out quite far so that the chariots can charge him first turn. He's sort of making his way into that centre. But also there's the Soothsayer behind that
hiding behind that
impassable
rock
that we can't see. So he's
Yeah.
facing off, as you will, against that.
I guess really has that dragon only got like a 5-up armor save? Is that all it's got? Or is it?
No, it's got 3 up, but it's 4 wounds.
Oh, 3 up.
So yeah,
Okay, I was just thinking a swarm of insects.
It's
could
not
be a
very.
danger, but
Not
much.
really.
No,
But yeah, it could do. It could do if it swings. The alchemy dragon comes on this left side, ready to. Basically, I just want to stop the Gortak coming too far forward, and see what I can do there. But as you can see in the centre, both of my guys get in, and yeah, I'm ready for a fight. I only need a 7, I think, to get into the Minotaurs as well.
Sure.
So,
yeah, that's really nice.
With my Swift Stride boys. So yeah, I get some Favour of Melodis, Word of Iron, and Glory Gold in one of the best magic phases I've ever had. And because of that, I put the Alchemical Fire on the Minotaurs, expecting to overrun into them. So
pop your flaming banner on.
I don't even need to pop my flaming banner because I've got Glory Gold. So
sure,
I'm absolutely smashing it at the minute. Very happy. My breath weapon comes down as well, which is another reason why it's on this side, to pop the gargoyles, which is lovely. I rolled an 11 on my breath weapon, so booyah.
Yeah.
And shooting goes ahead, pops one of these, but he does not panic this time as well. I think I do 4 wounds in total. When I say I have 4 each, I can't remember.
I think they do have 4 each, yeah.
Over here, I as you expect, go through these gargoyles and only roll 6 on my overrun, leaving me in a bit of a tepid place with that forest killing 2 guys as well.
Possibly an all or nothing, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it was. But I mean, it doesn't matter. They are kind of chuffing as well from the Swordmasters, so it's not the end of the world. But I would have loved that charge.
Yeah.
Oh, I would have loved that charge. No, because I didn't. Ryan absolutely takes me apart and for it and charges everything in. You get Swarm of Insects to kill a few. Yeah, I know. A few Swordmasters get killed through Swarm of Insects. And this is the result of Rymers being charged.
Yeah.
Sad times. He overruns and makes like an 11 with his impact hit chariots as well, to get to the Swordmasters, which was a bit of a kick in the teeth. But otherwise overruns with his res.
Because that's going to be fighting on your turn, isn't
it? Yeah. And impact hits, really. Is the
it's the impact hits is a problem, but then being stuck there.
Yeah.
Because you'll kill him, you won't overrun.
So
ideally, what you want is the Swordmaster to just tap the chariots a little bit, just to make them win combat and not destroy them.
Yeah.
And that way you can run after the chariots into the Minotaurs. That's what you really want. So Swordmaster, just calm down a bit.
But I decided to go full pelt and charge the alchemy guy into the flank of the Razor Tusk to then overrun.
Okay,
and then we got some extra movement and stuff. The Ancient goes into the Minotaurs at the back. Let's go. The full aggression carries on. There's no getting off of this train.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're in for a fight.
Yeah. Where I am, I go there so that I overrun into the rear of the chariots.
Mm-hmm. The chariots that I think you should only be bruising. Yeah.
Yes, and this is the remaining moves. And as you can see, the last turn, his gore come on behind my archers, so they just turn and accept their fate.
Yeah, you got your attack coming up the other flank as well now. So they were always going to die at some point.
Absolutely, but the other archers turn around to at least shoot them and avenge their peasant citizen archers.
Yep.
I get Silver Spike off in combat because I can do that because of Ordinary Fiery Heart, and I think I do 2 wounds. I want to say into it.
Okay.
Yeah. And I get a Glory Gold off as well, just to help out later on. I do 3 wounds here.
Oh, is that all? Blimey.
Yeah, with all my shooting. Say it's more
that's
res 4 is the thing. No, it's not very good, but it's res 4. So yeah, I pop this Res to Chariot. And as you see, I've taken 2 wounds as well. That's through the forest.
Sure, that forest is doing a number
Forest is
on you.
absolutely eating me up here. And I overrun and thankfully don't take any more wounds. The impact hits go annoyingly do a bunch of wounds to me.
Yeah.
I think I'm only down to like 10 now. But my dragon goes and chaffs the minotaurs because I think actually he'll do a decent amount of wounds as well. My ancient dragon kills a champion.
Okay.
And we carry on. Otherwise, over here, my archers are hemmed in, very much so.
Yeah. Well, I'm guessing you weren't tempted to just flee to waste a charge for the Gortak?
No, I was playing this very fast and loose and just said, right,
okay.
Get in.
Right. Yeah.
This is the...
Sorry, I just can't switch off my competitive brain.
I know.
As if.
This is the end of the charges.
Sure.
And he gets another sword of his sex off, but doesn't do any wounds, thankfully.
Oh.
Over here, my archers die.
Now they flee.
They flee very far. One gets away after all said and done, and goes off the board.
You can join the recruitment for the next 60 archers.
Yeah. Annoyingly, he kills my dragon straight up.
Yeah.
That's kind of what minotaurs do. But I think it was before I was able to do too much in the way of damage as well. I think I only maybe killed 1 or 2 of his guys. And unfortunately, that's a dread dragon. Ancient carries on going though, and is whittling away, which is nice.
Okay. Yeah.
Over here, I go into his minotaurs with a swordmasters, a bit of a magic missile type thing, with my swordmasters there. And this is how the movement looks. I'm just backing off with my archers now, seeing what I can do. Is Gortak is actually facing the dragon, and that so it's basically the Gaul versus the archers, and the Gortak going back up to help his own brethren. I get the -1 to wound off on my ancient dragon, which is very handy.
Yeah. Does that make it like? Is that 5s to wound even with strength 6?
Yes, it would be.
Yeah.
I do another 3 wounds with these archers. I kill the minotaurs, which is lovely. I do take 2 wounds despite the magic, but that's a big chunk of points. And either the BSB or the general, I can't remember. I want to say it's the BSB's unit that side because I think the general killed my dragon.
Yeah.
I think that's what happened.
That would make sense. And it would also make sense as to why the chariots didn't reroll their discipline earlier. The BSB wasn't there.
My swordmasters kind of whiff. I think they do 4 wounds in total, and then just get battered. Which I was expecting them to get battered, but not. But I wanted them to do a bit more wounds than that. But hey ho.
Were these minotaurs sword and board instead of great weapons? Actually,
possibly, but I'll still be on 3.
Harry would have only slightly slowed the swordmasters down, wouldn't it? Yeah. Still, but roll bad.
Yeah, absolutely. On his turn, he charges.
Okay.
Very interesting where we're at there. He moves, instead of charging with his gore, he moves right up to get me on the next turn, which is fair. And he moves back with his soothsayer right at the back there to get out of any arc.
Hide behind the dragon's line of sight.
Yeah. He gets a few totems off, I believe. Which is...
Those totems are so good.
Yeah. And he does all but 1 wound to me after all said and done, which was brutal. Oh boy, brutal.
So neither of you declared a challenge or anything?
No, I don't. I can't remember what actually happened because I didn't look like I've done much to him.
No, it doesn't. Doesn't at all.
My Order of Fire Heart goes in to the rear.
Do something.
And they panic over here.
There you go. Wounds. You'll take that panic though,
and I'll take that one. You said, bad luck.
Yeah. Off you go.
Move them.
Yeah, and he rolled a fairly high as well. So
Yeah. Order of Fiery Heart comes in and actually does like a bunch of wounds, but I think what is left is his general and his Gortak to polish off my Ancient Dragon, who had 1 wound. And after all said and done, this is what it looks like.
I suppose you win the combat because you killed a fair few Minotaurs.
I do. He only took 1 wound as well.
Dragon down, though,
but I don't get his general. His general runs like double 6, and I run like 4. I end up.
You had to chase, even though you know your dragon's going down to the Gortak.
He continues to flee, which is nice. But then obviously charges my dragon. And we'll eventually get it. They continue off the board.
Yep.
Which is nice. Some points.
Nice.
He surrounds my dragon. There. And swarms 3 wounds off. Which,
I think it's 2 wounds, actually, but yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think you had 1 wound originally. But still, serves you right for a 3-up armor save, yeah.
Yeah. I turn around and do some wounds and plinky on his Gortak. So I actually do 4 out of 6 wounds there. Yeah. But he charges me. I run off the board, and he ends up somewhere like this.
Standing tall on the hill.
Yeah, with
general
his
run.
The last roll of the game with his general to run off the fleeing, I think. So I get half.
So that was 2 discipline 9 tests that general failed. Yeah. Well, that's a bonus in points.
And it was an absolute bloodbath in things. And I don't know whether the points are exactly. It might be a 12-8, but either way, it's a win to Ryan, and just a really fun bloodbath of a game.
Did you win the objective because you kept your archers alive?
Drew the objective. I actually had 5 score and he had 3, so it was 3-3 in capture the flag. So we drew that one.
Makes sense.
But Ryan did win, and it was just a really fun game where we just rolled so many dice and killed so many things. His forest doing most of the work actually in the middle of this early game, just a good fun battle really. All in.
Good work, Ryan with the beast herds. Yeah, I like that list that Ryan's playing. It's a very good list. It's a come and fight me, and if you do, I'm going to fight back really hard.
Yeah.
I like it. I think combined with the raiding chariot as well, it's a really nice, fun list to play. So and Ryan makes it look beautiful too. So
very much so. For what it's worth, for people looking at what could be done differently, I think. Obviously, the panic was so important for him to whittle my sword masters.
What if that raiding chariot had been gone and not got
it was? I think that was like a swingy moment either way, really. Because having 2d6.
You were caught off guard, and you were just being too nice because they only just arrived to the weekend.
Yeah, no, it didn't. No, that didn't matter. So that could have changed. That probably would have changed the game if I had 10 more sword masters on the board. The other thing, obviously, is the overrun. If the overrun gets in,
missing a Swift Stride 7.
that could be really, really important in terms of whittling down those monster numbers that ended up killing my Ancient Dragon. So. No, but really, really fun. I think he did really. We were talking afterwards, and he was saying we think he did really well protecting his Gortak from the early fire.
Yeah, waiting before it came over the hill.
Yeah, so that was really good play from him. Otherwise it was just a good fun game. I was pleased to get everything on the board. Really there.
Yeah. Sorry. What do you think? What did you feel like playing that list? Was it something you could work with in the future, or?
I think so. As always, the Ancient Dragon and the other dragon are 2,000 and a bit points on their own. So they're fun, and they do work, but they more than often die. And it's kind of. I think when you play them, you need to know when to retreat. And I don't think I know when to retreat. Is my honest answer.
Not yet.
Well, yeah,
I would say that with you got yourself in a good position with the Rhymer and Swordmasters, though.
Yeah.
So
Very much.
It was only after you were too committed that you couldn't retreat at that point.
Yeah, but then so that's a knowing when to overcommit and things like that as well. But regardless, I just don't think I would retreat with them.
No.
As much as I can. So yeah,
in some really ways, having the 3 archer blocks doesn't really suit it because they're going to struggle for decent targets once everything else is pushed forward. I don't know if, but then
they got 30
Elf Core
range.
really doesn't have a lot. Yeah, an Elf Core doesn't really have a lot else to choose from.
They don't need to. They don't need to do much apart from survive. Really, survive and shoot.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. And I suppose if someone is coming back at you, like breakthrough or whatnot, they do protect that, don't they? And they clear chaff too. So no, you might be right with that.
Yeah. But anyway, but no, I enjoyed it. I really had a really fun game, and Ryan's a great opponent, as we know.
Absolutely.
It was just a all-in fun one for me.
Yeah, good stuff. No, really good. If you enjoyed that, give us some thoughts on the triple dragon list. And I use triple dragon loosely because that little baby dragon is quite a lot smaller than the other 2.
Yes.
But it's still triple dragon. Are you missing Suicide and Death Wish? The answer is yes. You don't have to put that in the comments. You can if you like. We haven't seen them in so long. I mean, Lucky Sixes assures me they're in some aviary being looked after, and regularly every day they get a chance to kill themselves. But I'm not sure I believe it.
It's a slaughterhouse that they run.
Yeah. Over with Cat Claw and he's not seen the light of
Cat
day
Claw
for a
kills
while
them
either.
Regularly. They charge and attack him regularly.
Yeah, that's one for the long time viewers. No, good stuff. So give us some comments. Say what you think of the IOF list, and also the B-Certs. But speaking of B-Certs, we're going to see them again in our next report because I stepped up to get revenge for you, didn't I?
Very much so.
And I can assure you that even if Lucky Sixes was a gentleman in letting Ryan not panic when he rolled a panic test, I did not offer that kindness because it didn't even cross my mind. So, we'll see how that pans out shortly. But join us for the next one, folks. And we'll see you there. Check us out on all the usual platforms. And don't forget, like, share, subscribe, because we love you even more than we love everyone else when you do that. Out of interest, and I know some people might be interested by this, and I'm fascinated by it. Only about 40% of people who view our videos are actually subscribed. So 60% of you out there that are watching this, just click the button. Just so I can look at some different stats every now and again. That would be amazing.
Change it.
Change that stats. Let's get up to 50% subscribers. That'd be amazing. So because then we can engage with you folks, and that's what we want. So sweet. Let's roll on. More vintage to come.
Absolutely. So until next time. See you later.